Amazon's audiobook platform Audible is now 30 years old, and it has come a long way from a guy in Jersey who got tired of cassette tapes to making audiobooks more accessible to people all over the world. Despite this, it's still not totally self-explanatory, so when you try something new and get this Audible app, it can be a little overwhelming if you don't know the ins and outs of it. So in this video, I'm going to discuss the basics of Audible and how it works. I'm going to do a walkthrough of the app, and I'm also going to answer some frequently asked questions people have been having about it. What is Audible? What is a credit? What else is included in your membership? Can you purchase more credits if you run out? In my walkthrough of the app, I'm also going to go over some of the controls for when you're listening to a book. And does Audible have any drawbacks? If there are any questions about Audible that I did not answer in this video, please let me know in the comments below and I will try to address it. But if it's really specific, your best bet might be contacting the Audible helpline at 1-888-283-5051 because I don't work for them and there are certain things that only they'll be able to assist you with. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sam and I want to make self-growth normal because people shouldn't have to look this information up. It should just be mainstream knowledge. If you agree, then please make sure to smash that like button. So what is Audible? Audible is the largest audiobook retailer and producer probably in the world, but definitely in America. It is compatible with iOS, Android, Mac OS, Windows, Kindle, and like a gazillion other operating systems. To use it on a mobile device, you just need to download the app, and on a computer, you just go to their website. Audible is known mainly for its supreme collection of audiobooks and podcasts, and the most central part to Audible is a membership, which is like any other membership where you pay monthly or yearly for certain benefits. Now, there are different options, and I'll include my newest comparison videos on them, and even though in the last year they added 2 new membership plans, the most popular membership plan has been the most popular membership plan for years. It gives you 1 credit per month, and the cost may depend on your country, but in the US, this is currently about $15 a month, and this price has been the same for years. Now, this just begs the question, what is a credit? If you have a credit, you can use that credit to buy any audiobook on the platform, no matter the price. And the best part is you get to keep that book forever, no matter what, even if you cancel your membership. But back to credits. Take a look at these book prices. Can you believe this is how much people pay for books? You know, the average retail price of an audiobook is $33. Well, you will never ever have to pay this much for an Audible credit, and it has been that way for years. I should mention that some books cost less than credits for whatever reason, so I recommend buying those books with a card instead of credits. Other than that, you could use a credit to buy a $20 book, and you could use a credit to buy a $100 book, because a credit is a credit is a credit is a credit. I will drop a link below to a video I made with more information on credits and how they work, but the short of it is that a credit can buy you a book, and buying books with credits can often be much less expensive than buying with money. But this just makes you wonder, what else is included in your membership? Let's start with audiobooks. When you're an Audible member, there are actually audiobooks that are already included in your membership. Now, you only have access to these as long as you're a paying member, but if you want permanent access to the book, you do have the option to buy it. This very modest selection is called the Audible Plus catalog. They got all sorts of stuff. They got bio and memoir, business, finance, fantasy, fiction and literature, health and wellness, history, and much, much more. To get this on your phone, you just go to Discover at the bottom of the screen and then scroll down to where it says More from your membership and then go to Audible Plus. To get this on your computer, you just go to Plus Catalog at the top of the screen. And by the way, when you're searching for your next listen and you're wondering, well, how am I going to know if a book is already included in my membership? You'll know it's included when instead of buy or 1 credit, you'll know it's included when it just says play. Next is podcasts. Audible has a ton of options for podcasts in every genre, from business to comedy to government to music to science to true crime to technology to history to kids and family. I mean, they have almost 20 genres to choose from. To get this on your phone, you just go to Discover, and podcasts should be under More from your membership toward the bottom. To get to this on your computer, you can find podcasts under Featured in Browse at the top. You can browse by category, and if you're looking for a specific one, you can find it through the search bar, and you can find the search bar in the upper right corner of the screen, whether you're on the app or online. Lastly is originals. This is basically Audible exclusive content. It consists of all sorts of stuff from memoirs to comedy specials to plays, and these could be by musicians or actors. Not all of them are included in your membership, but many of them will be, and you'll know it's an Audible original when it says only from Audible in a little yellow ribbon, and it'll also say Audible original in the top center. Audible takes a lot of pride in their original content. Now, it may sound like I'm rambling about random features and how to get to them, but this is really just other things included in your membership. Some people don't care about any of this. I barely use it myself, but my favorite thing about the membership is that there are these super sweet limited time deals, especially toward the end of the year with the holidays and stuff. But every time I open Audible, they always have some crazy sale going on. Now, a few frequently asked questions here. Purchasing extra credits when you run out. Let's say you have a membership where you get 1 credit per month, but there's this 1 month when you just can't stop listening to audiobooks and you just gotta have more audiobooks. Sam, is there a way to buy more credits? Yes, you can, but I'll drop a link below with my newest tutorial on how to do that. If you cancel your membership, do you get to keep the books you bought? Let's say you got a free audiobook from your 30-day trial on Audible, and if you want one later, you'll get it, but for now, you don't. So if you cancel the trial, do you get to keep the book? Yes, you do. Even after the trial, if you cancel your membership, you do get to keep the books. Is it true that Audible is coming out with AI narration? Yes, it is. And they are. This started out last year. I will drop a link below to my video on it with more information. But basically, Audible did this so that they could translate every book to every language, and this is something they call virtual voice. It can be found on your mobile device and your computer by entering the words virtual voice into the search bar. That's how new it is. They don't even have a section of the site or app that's dedicated to it yet. But from there, if you're looking for something specific, you can filter it by category, and you'll know that a book is virtual voice when you see it, because look, man, they got signs all over the place. It says narrated by virtual voice sample. This title uses virtual voice narration. This is a very new feature for Audible, but they are very excited about it, clearly, and it is definitely growing. Up next, folks, is a walkthrough of the app, so get your popcorns and your Slurpees ready. Let's start with the home screen. This screen comes up when you open the app. Toward the top, it'll give you some recommendations. It'll tell you how many credits you have left. There might be some deal that they're trying to push down people's throats. More recommendations, other special deals going on, and it's basically just a bunch of recommendations and deals here. Next is the library. This is what you currently have in your library. At the top are different ways to choose what kind of content you see. But for now, you'll probably be spending most of your time here under audiobooks because this is where your current library is. Now, again, there are different ways to filter and sort, but I will say people find the most convenient way to be the default, which is just by most recent listen. If you hit select, you can select multiple audiobooks to remove or add to a collection. But that's library. I'm not going to go over all of these because I did that in another video, and looking back, it all seemed too complicated. Honestly, when I'm looking for a book, I always just use the search bar. But all of this together, it is a great way to keep your books and podcasts organized how you want them. If you use that search bar, just so you know, you can search books, authors, podcasts, and it'll also include stuff you don't have yet. So if you're looking for something that's in your library or a specific book your friend told you about, you can find all of that through the search bar. Next up is Discover. And this we already kind of went over. Again, the search feature is another way to find any specific book or program that you're interested in. But Discover is super helpful for just browsing for your next listen. Lastly is Profile. And this is where you can find how long you've been a member, what membership you have, how many credits you have left, what's included in your membership, And if you're a parent and you want to share Audible with the kids, but only certain books, it'll walk you through creating a kids profile. We have tips and tricks on how to get the most out of Audible, many of which I've already talked about on this channel. And there's also a badge collection, which is just a fun little thing where each one has a cute little poem on how to get the badge. For example, of course, the only one I haven't gotten is the social butterfly. If status updates are kind of your thing, you're well on your way to winning this bling. There's listening level, which I never look at because I've been using Audible so long that I don't even know when I hit the master level. And also listening time, which tells you how long you listened today, the last 7 days, the last month, and in total. There's also recent listening history and customer support. Now let's go to the player and listening controls. When you open the app, on the bottom of the screen, you will see a player for the book. This does not go away. I don't know why. Personally, it never bothered me, but I find that it's a convenient way to continue listening to whatever you last were. If you look at that whole bar from left to right, it'll show the book cover, the book name, the chapter that you're on, how much time is left, and your current listening speed. On the right side of it, you can press play or pause, and you can even go back 15 seconds. If you tap on the bar itself, it'll take up the whole screen. Now, underneath the cover, to the left of the chapter name, you will see 3 horizontal lines with dots next to them, also known as a hamburger menu. This lets you see and change the chapters. You can scroll through the chapter that you're on now with that little orange ball, and it'll tell you on both sides of this line how far you are into the chapter and how much time is left. Underneath that are the player controls. The middle one is press play or pause. The ones outside of that let you skip forward or back 15 seconds, and the ones outside of those let you go forward or back a chapter. At the bottom of the screen, folks, if you're listening to a book and you cannot stand how fast or slow the narrator is speaking, you can change the playback speed with the plus or minus. You can also go into car mode, timer, which is great for listening on your way to sleep because it'll play for a set time and then it'll drift off when that time is over so you can continue from where it left off the next time you listen. Then there's bookmarks, and I made a video about how to do those, so I'll include a link to that below. At the top on the right, you can connect to a device, and the 3 dots to the right of that are other options as well, like details on the book, listening reminders, player settings, and more. But that's how you use the player. And lastly, are there any drawbacks to Audible? I've been an Audible user for 11 years, and I love it like nothing else. But there's mainly really only one downside to this app, and what it is that Audible is not like Spotify or Netflix where you just pay once every month for all you can eat access to everything you want. And here's why. The truth is, audiobooks are not decentralized yet like music or TV shows or movies, and I don't know why this is exactly. It might have to do with books not being as popular, but I can tell you that audiobooks contain a lot more content than movies and music. Instead of 1 to 2 hours like a lot of movies or albums, most audiobooks can be 6 to 8 hours long. That's a lot of content. Some can be as long as 30 hours. But if you're looking for something beyond the library where you pay just once a month and you listen all you want to anything whenever, it doesn't exist, folks. Audible is the closest thing to it. I've looked. I've made videos about their competitors. Spotify, which is known for being all you can eat with music, they have an audiobook section. Don't you think that they would do it? They don't do anything close to it. I'll drop a link to my comparison video. It's nuts. This drawback is something about the audiobook industry that has been driving me crazy because of how many people don't pursue it. As a result, it's unfortunate. Again, it doesn't exist. Audible's the closest thing to it. Believe me, I've looked. If it does exist, I can just about guarantee you it's not available in America. And if it is, I can just about guarantee you that it doesn't have the same selection that Audible does, let alone customer service and accessibility. So that's essentially what you're paying for. It's a heck of a value proposition. Owning books of any format still isn't exactly cheap, but when you compare the per credit prices at $10, $15 and you consider these idiotic deals that they're churning out, it sounds like a good deal to me when Barnes & Noble is out here charging $20, $30 a book. I'd rather spend $10 for a book than $30, wouldn't you? For anyone who still doesn't understand why they have a subscription-based business model, it's a pretty interesting reason I did some research and went a little bit more into during my video about credit expiration that I'll link below too. There's a lot more on and about this app. There is. But this is the general gist and what I think that just anyone using it should probably know beforehand. Again, I've had a lot of different questions about this app in the comments before, so I made sure to create videos to answer them. And if you drop a comment below with a question, I might just reply with a link to one of the videos so you don't have to look it up or anything. I really hope this video has helped folks. I love Audible. It truly has changed my life, and I hope it has the same effect on whoever's watching this. And also, again, if there are any questions you have about it that I didn't answer in the video and it's really specific, your best bet might be contacting the Audible helpline at 1-888-283-5051. But I hope you liked this video. I hope you got something from it. If you did, please make sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. And if you could turn on that notification bell to get a notification every time I drop a new video, that would mean the world to me. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. You can find me everywhere, and I will see you then.